Hi, my name is Jeff Dixon. Welcome to this edition of the Elvis Conspiracy. Today we dare to ask the question, where's Elvis? Remember a number of years ago there was a book series that was released called Where's Waldo? And that Where's Waldo book, you would look for Waldo in various places, and there'd always be crowds of people and elaborate drawings, and you could find Waldo and other things along the way. This episode dares to ask the question, where's Elvis? Because obviously, if there's a conspiracy that Elvis didn't die, then it only makes sense that someone somewhere has seen Elvis. In a previous episode, we've looked at what I would call the biggies, the big evidence, some of that captured forever stuff that you just scratch your head and you go, wow, that's just odd. Doesn't mean he is alive, doesn't mean he was really sighted, but just something suspicious about that moment. Let me give you a few others to pile under that one that helps to look for the fact, is Elvis out there somewhere? The first one is in a helicopter. You say, in a helicopter? Yes. There were reports that at Graceland on August 16th, 1977, a black helicopter landed at Graceland just prior to his body being discovered. So you have to go through the process. Is there room for a helicopter to land at Graceland? And the answer is yes. There's more than enough room for a helicopter to land at Graceland. Second part, why would a helicopter land at Graceland? Well, the answer to that would be because Elvis is leaving the building. We've talked before about the theories about him being in a witness protection program or being targeted by some underworld group that wanted to eliminate him, and he had to be whisked away or stepping out of this life that he'd previously had. And so would he have left in an unmarked helicopter, perhaps provided by the federal government or some clandestine organization? And the answer to that is, well, some believe that because that black helicopter landed at Elvis's house on the day that he died, shortly before the reports of his death began to unfold, and shortly before the ambulance arrived, that Elvis had indeed jumped on that helicopter and left the building. In January, on a cold winter's morning in Memphis, there was a picture taken at Elvis Presley's former home that supposedly offered fans proof that he's still alive. It was the day where the singer would have turned 82. And the image shows a large man with white hair and a white beard standing among the crowd in the front yard of Graceland as they were celebrating Elvis's birthday. And he was there with the crowds of people to visit Graceland and pay tribute to Elvis, wearing a dark jacket, black baseball cap, sunglasses, and he watches as the birthday celebration takes place at the home in Memphis, Tennessee. Some looked at the picture. They tried to age Elvis to 82 years of age, and they tried to decide, could this be Elvis today? Those pictures floated across the internet. They're available. You can go look for them yourself if you'd like. Elvis makes an appearance at a birthday party, incognito. The mafia would be another explanation where Elvis is. Some believe that he was connected to the mafia. According to Time magazine, one of the biggest theories on why Elvis may have faked his death because he had to in order to escape the mob. Gail Brewer Giorgio, the author of the 1988 best-selling book Elvis is Alive, said in an interview with Time that she poured through thousands of FBI documents to come to the conclusion that Presley was indeed an American hero that had went into witness protection. Her summary was, do I know if Elvis is alive today? I don't know. But I do know that he did not die on August 16th. Apparently, Elvis in the circles that he ran with would run with those who skirted the law and then those who kept the law. And at some point, the decision was made that he had to go underground forever. Can it be proven? No. Can it be disproven? No. Not quite as easily. Back on January 15th, January 31st, 2015, An entertainment website called Empire News published an article reporting that the body of a homeless man discovered in San Diego had been found through DNA testing to be that of the singer Elvis Presley. Earlier this month, according to the report, and I quote, an 80-year-old homeless white bearded man was found deceased under an overpass in San Diego, California. Nobody knew his name, but friends referred to him as Jesse. So investigators decided to try DNA testing with the hopes that something would pop up in the nationwide DNA database. What popped up on the computer screen in the high-tech lab stunned everyone. The DNA results of Jesse Doe were an exact match to the one and only Elvis Aaron Presley. Lab technician Robert Brinsdale said that he and his lab assistant, Madeline Hedgespeth, laughed when the name popped up. We thought to ourselves, he said, somewhere, somehow in the system, they pulled off the greatest and most elaborate prank on us ever. And we laughed about it, hysterical, for about an hour. Brinsdale told Jerry Hardin of the Hollywood Word, an entertainment publication based out of Los Angeles. Soon afterwards, as word began to leak, people began digging. They began taking references from the article. They were being circulated via social media, with many of those who encountered the item mistaking it as a genuine news article. However, it was finally confessed that the report was a hoax, done on purpose to continue to add fuel to the fire that would get people to believe that Elvis is alive. At the time that we're recording this, even this past week, there was a report out of Paducah, Kentucky, that Elvis Presley had recently retired as a police officer in that small Kentucky town and had been living his life there under an assumed name, John Barrows. Again, that name will be familiar to you because that's the name that Elvis always used when he traveled. And so Elvis has been seen as recently as this week, according to some, in Paducah, Kentucky. Go figure. So where's Elvis? Well, that seems to be the million-dollar question. And so we're going to continue in our Elvis conspiracy to look to see if we can find the answers and come up with some reasonable answers as to what might have happened on the day that Elvis left the building and went somewhere. And that somewhere really does matter. And we'll talk about that in future episodes. Look forward to joining you then.